This is FIFA Plus, FIFA's free streaming platform. On it, you'll see matches like Bow Rangers vs Wilberforce Strikers, Games Express vs Kayanza United, Young Buffaloes vs Ubombo Sugar FC, crowds of 50 people, no TV deals, just local football streamed free to the world. This is 1xBet, an offshore betting site banned across dozens of countries. The same matches, the same camera feeds, but here they're surrounded by hundreds of live betting markets. Someone is copying these streams and turning them into gambling products. Who's behind this? How are they profiting? And how do they get data fast enough to offer live odds on games almost nobody is watching? In late 2025, over 100 of these matches appeared on illegal betting platforms in just 14 days. The federations running these leagues had no idea their games were being exploited. FIFA launched FIFA Plus in April 2022 as a free platform to showcase leagues too small for television deals. For federations in places like Burundi or the Solomon Islands, it was a lifeline. FIFA covers the production costs. The federation gets global exposure. Fans anywhere can watch matches they'd never otherwise see. By 2024, over 40 national federations were streaming on the platform, but free access came with weak security. The streams were easy to copy, and that vulnerability has turned FIFA Plus into something its creators never intended: raw material for illegal betting operations. The evidence is straightforward to verify. The timestamps match, the camera angles are identical, the FIFA Plus logo is still visible in the corner of the screen on the betting sites. But there's a problem with the math. FIFA Plus streams run 10 to 15 seconds behind real time. That delay is standard for online broadcasts, but it creates havoc for bookmakers. If they only have access to delayed footage, they can't set accurate odds. The markets would be too risky to offer. Yet here are offshore operators running live betting on matches almost nobody's watching. This delay means anyone at the actual match can cheat the betting operators by making a bet before their markets have been updated. Anyone physically at the ground knows what happens before the stream shows it. A spectator in the stands, a coach on the sideline, a substitute warming up behind the goal. They see the card, the corner, the penalty, while the rest of the world waits for the broadcast to catch up. On a match with minimal oversight, that timing gap becomes an opportunity. Someone at the ground can place a bet on an event that has already happened before the bookmaker adjusts the odds. So who's exploiting this window? Unusual job advertisements provide the answer. Sports data companies are recruiting scouts to attend matches in Mauritania, Burundi, Malawi, Liberia, Tanzania, Curaçao, and the Seychelles. Not scouts in the traditional sense. These are data collectors paid to tap a phone app every time something happens on the pitch. Each tap sends data instantly to betting operators worldwide, arriving a full 10 to 15 seconds before anyone watching the FIFA Plus stream sees the same event. This is why the betting markets can exist. The scouts are the missing link. The data scouts work for some of the biggest names in sports data: Sports Radar, Genius Sports, and Stats Perform. These companies power everything from fantasy leagues to billion-dollar betting markets. Sports Radar alone covers over 1 million matches annually, employs 6,000 data collectors across 90+ countries, and generated 1.1 billion euros in revenue in 2024. They're also FIFA's official data partners. To be clear, these data companies are not running the scam. They provide a legitimate service: real-time match data for licensed betting operators. But that same infrastructure has become the backbone for illegal gambling sites. The data companies sell to licensed bookmakers. Those feeds get resold or stolen, and offshore operators like 1xBet use them to run unregulated markets. The scouts themselves get paid between 30 to 50 euros per match. No experience required. Just show up, watch the game, and tap the app when something happens. The local federations hosting these matches are never informed. The data companies do not ask permission because they don't need it. This infrastructure feeds a global sports betting industry now worth over $100 billion. Live in-play betting is the fastest growing segment, up 15% annually compared to 5% for pre-match betting and 3% for casino games. But there are darker consequences built right into the mechanics. In-play betting creates new opportunities for match manipulation. These bets cover events during a game: goals, cards, corners, penalties. They're easier to manipulate than an entire result. Fixers no longer need to rig a full match, they just need one moment. A deliberate yellow card in the 34th minute, a penalty kicked wide, a corner played straight out of bounds. They can get a result, a profit in a few seconds, instead of waiting a whole game. Each of these micro events can be bet on separately, and each can be arranged with a single player for a modest payment. The scouts don't fix matches themselves, but every data collector sent to a Gambian Cup tie or an Eswatini League game transforms that match into something worth corrupting. The live data feed, arriving seconds before the FIFA Plus stream, makes the betting market possible. The betting markets make the bribe worthwhile. The betting sites offering markets on these matches are not regulated bookmakers. They are offshore operations built to evade the law. And they exist because legal betting is restricted in most of the world. To understand the scale, the legal sports betting market is worth roughly $100 billion annually. The illegal market is estimated at $1.7 trillion, 17 times larger. Offshore operators target countries where gambling is banned or heavily taxed, offering better odds and no identity checks. That's who these FIFA Plus streams are being stolen for. 1xBet is the largest. Sports Illustrated has called it probably the biggest sportsbook on the planet. The company was founded in Russia, registered in Cyprus, and holds a gambling license only in Curaçao, a Caribbean island with virtually no regulatory enforcement. The site attracts over 5 million visitors per month. It's banned in almost every country that takes gambling regulation seriously. When authorities block one domain, 1xBet creates another. These are called mirror sites, hundreds of duplicate addresses that all redirect to the same platform. In 2024 alone, Colombian authorities blocked 242 separate 1xBet domains. The company creates new ones faster than regulators can shut them down. But how do they get the FIFA Plus streams? Stealing the content is straightforward. The streams were designed to be free and accessible, with minimal security. Operators use a technique called CDN leeching to siphon the broadcast directly from FIFA's content delivery network. Matches from Aruba, the Seychelles, Laos, and the Solomon Islands appear on betting sites with the FIFA Plus logo still visible in the corner. The history of 1xBet makes this even more troubling. In 2019, UK investigators discovered 1xBet running a casino featuring topless dealers on adult websites. They also found the company accepting bets on children's sporting events. 1xBet lost their UK license immediately, but continued operating everywhere else. Yet 1xBet sponsors some of the biggest names in legitimate football. FC Barcelona signed a deal reportedly worth €30 million per year, running until 2029. Paris Saint-Germain, Serie A, and the Confederation of African Football have all taken their money. On Barcelona's official website, a club executive calls 1xBet a benchmark brand. The quote appears beside a company spokesperson named Alex Summers, whose headshot actually belongs to a CNN journalist, a fake identity presented as a real executive. These sponsorships are not just about advertising, they are a laundering mechanism. Every logo on a Barcelona shirt, every stadium board at a Serie A match buys legitimacy. That legitimacy attracts customers. Those customers place bets on pirated FIFA Plus streams. The money flows back to fund more sponsorships. It's a closed loop, and the clubs take their cut without asking where the money comes from. The federations whose matches appear on these betting sites had no idea. The Aruba Football Federation. We did not know betting was available on these games. The Seychelles Football Federation. We did not have a clue what this was all about. The Solomon Islands Football Federation didn't respond at all. These are not corrupt organizations turning a blind eye. They are tiny operations, often run entirely by volunteers with no commercial staff, no data rights agreements, and no integrity monitoring systems. They didn't know scouts were attending their matches. They didn't know their games were appearing on 1xBet, 22bet, Melbet, and dozens of other offshore platforms. They receive nothing from the billions wagered on global football every year, but their players make easy targets. A fixer is someone who arranges match manipulation, the middleman between gambling syndicates and players. They approach athletes directly, often through social media or contracts within the club. The pitch is simple: perform a specific action at a specific time and get paid. Amateur and semi-professional footballers in these leagues earn little or nothing from the game. When a fixer offers cash for a deliberate yellow card, the decision isn't complicated. The payment might be €200 for a card, €500 for a missed penalty. It doesn't need to be large, just more than what the player would otherwise make in a month. The gambling syndicate then bets heavily on that exact outcome, knowing it will happen. The scale of match fixing is obvious when we look at the data. In 2024, SportsRadar monitored over 850,000 matches across 70 sports and flagged 1,108 suspicious matches in 95 countries. Football accounts for most of it. 721 suspicious matches in 2024 alone. The highest concentration appears in lower leagues, exactly where FIFA Plus streams. South America has the worst rate at 0.61% of matches flagged, 3 times the global average. Africa and Asia follow close behind. Laos shows what happens when fixing takes hold. In 2022, FIFA banned 45 Laotian players for match manipulation, one of the largest mass bans in football history. The league had been overwhelmed by corruption for years. FIFA Plus still streams their matches today. The conflict at the center of the system is hard to ignore. The same companies sending scouts to vulnerable leagues also serve as FIFA's official integrity partners. SportsRadar, Genius Sports, and Stats Perform monitor matches for suspicious betting patterns. They are paid to protect football from fixing, but they are also the ones making these matches attractive to betting operators in the first place. Former FIFA integrity chief Nick Raudensky calls them data wolves in sheep's integrity clothing. Their primary business is selling data to fuel betting markets. The integrity work is a secondary product. So, what has actually changed? The FIFA Plus streams are still live. The same matches appear on 1xBet and other offshore platforms. No significant security upgrades have been announced. The scouts are still being recruited. The data still flows. 1xBet faces no meaningful consequences for pirating the content. They operate outside the jurisdictions that could prosecute them. Their mirror sites multiply faster than takedown notices, and their sponsorship deals with major clubs continue to run. FIFA's response has been to expand. In fact, FIFA Plus is relaunching as a global home of football in paid partnership with DAZN, the sports streaming service. In December 2025, DAZN paid FIFA $1 billion for Club World Cup broadcasting rights. Weeks later, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund invested another $1 billion into DAZN. The same sovereign wealth fund now controls 346 sports sponsorships worldwide. Saudi Arabia hosts the 2034 World Cup, and through this DAZN investment, they now have a stake in how FIFA Plus content reaches the world.